Getting started with our barbell deadlift. We're gonna take a bottoms up approach for our setup. First, looking at our footwork choice. So I prefer coaching and lifting barefoot. It's just a better way to kind of feel the ground, get that kind of toe squeeze, maintaining that 3 points of contact with our feet. So our big toe, pinky toe, and our heel. So we'll come back to torque in a second, but as we torque our hips, kind of engaging those hips, we wanna make sure that we're keeping that 3 points of contact the whole time. As far as stance width, the best way to kind of set up that width is to have the athlete take a step back. We're gonna go 3 jumps, and where they land on that third jump is gonna be about the width that we're gonna at least start at. We can tinker from there, but we'll do our 3 jumps, and then land, and that's gonna be about the width that we're gonna start at. So we can get a slight external rotation. If we do go wider, say like with the sumo, we are gonna external rotate a little bit more, but for right now, we're gonna be, it's about hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider. That's gonna be our stance to pull from for right now as we start. So again, setting up. The couple ways to look at it as far as the positioning to the bar. It's definitely easier to reach down to the bar if you are 2 or 3 inches away from the bar. What I've found though that causes is the bar to just stay too far in front of the body. So they end up loading their spine much more than they need to, as opposed to kind of loading the hips. So I actually like having the athlete walk up shins to the bar. And then as they reach down, which we'll get to in a second, the bar will roll itself forward a little bit. But again, if the bar is kind of too far out, I find the athlete trying to reach too much and they end up loading just too far forward. It just puts them in a bad position to start. So I like shins basically right up against the bar, maybe a little bit far back, but just kind of a position of comfort that they can reach down to. So we're gonna talk first about reaching down to the bar by reaching our hips back. So the very first move is butt back towards the wall. We're also gonna think about doing this a neutral spine. So right now, we were just in a nice perfect position that if we took a dowel, we can maintain this points of contact with the head, the T-spine, and the sacrum / lumbar spine. We wanna maintain that one joint rule from the head down to the hips that entire time. So we're not overextending the neck, overextending the spine, just that one joint rule. As we kind of work our way down to the bar, so again, shins start right up next to the bar. We're gonna start with that hinge with a neutral spine to reach down to the bar. From here, as we work through our brace, we're going to exhale to set the ribs, and then inhale to 3D expansion of that rib cage. So we're getting tension all throughout here. We're going to work on tensioning and torquing both our feet. So pushing the feet away from each other and screwing our feet back into the ground, and also tensioning and torquing those shoulders. So again, screwing the arms into place, thinking about bending the bar in half. As we pull up, we're gonna start with a leg drive or leg press. We're going to actually, before we even start pressing, if the bar weighs, this is 65 pounds, we wanna start by applying 64 pounds of pressure. So getting kind of that, you might hear a click, but 64 pounds of pressure to pull ourselves down into position. And then we're going to leg press the floor away as we pull, and then explosively lock out at the top. As we return back down, we're gonna just reverse those steps. So hips back first, neutral spine, so maintaining that neutral position. Again, we're gonna work a nice explosive pop at the top. So getting that real powerful lockout. As we drag the floor away, pull the bar in a straight line, pop up at the top. Good. And then again, we can either drop it or hip shift back, keep that neutral spine as we return to that starting position.